Welcome to the bookstore. Today's book summary is on the book, Make Your Bed, by William H. McRaven. Chapter 1. Start your day with a task completed. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. Every day during basic SEAL training, William McRaven would wake up and make his bed properly. It was not an opportunity for praise but was expected by the training instructors. Making the bed right was important as it showed discipline and attention to detail. Throughout his naval career, William McRaven could count on making his bed consistently. Every day. When you make your bed first thing correctly, you start your day off right with a small task completed. It shows you that the small wins matter and will encourage you to endure the work that you have ahead of you throughout the day. By the end of the day, you will have accomplished many tasks. And when you return to the made bed, you will be reminded of the importance of this small task. Chapter 2. You can't go it alone. If you want to change the world, find someone to help you paddle. During SEAL training, the sailors are divided into boat crews of 7. The trainees have to work together to carry their raft on land or paddle it in the water to their destination. When someone often becomes sick or injured, the other teammates take on a greater share of the task. Like training, combat is so challenging that no one can endure it alone. Later, William McRaven shares his story of a horrible parachute accident, which leaves him hospitalized for months. His boss helps him keep his career by finding a way to sidestep the required medical readiness evaluation. Throughout his career, William McRaven discusses the help received from those who had faith in him, saw his potential, and put their reputation on the line. In life, you will deal with many obstacles and will need help to get over them. Thus, you build many strong relationships with friends, family, coworkers, mentors, etc. And always remember that your success depends on the help and guidance received from others along the way. Chapter 3. Only the size of your heart matters. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart. In Make Your Bed, William McRaven discussed that Navy SEAL training was always about proving something. Proving that size didn't matter. Proving that the color of your skin wasn't important. Proving that money didn't make you better. Proving that determination and grit were always more important than talent. A year before his training, William McRaven recounts visiting the basic SEAL training facility in Coronado. While talking with someone about SEAL training, he saw a thin, quiet, reserved man looking at photos. This sight clouded McRaven with judgment of feeling better, stronger, and more prepared for SEAL training than this man. However, he found out that the man was Tommy Norris, who was one of the most decorated and toughest SEALs ever. Your will to succeed depends on how much heart you have. Nothing else matters, including your size, race, ethnicity, educational level, or social status. Chapter 4. Life's not fair, drive on. If you want to change the world, get over being a sugar cookie and keep moving forward. In SEAL training, one of the most painful punishments is being a sugar cookie. Instructors would punish trainees at whim, and they would have to get wet and then roll around in the sand. As many trainees strived for excellence, being punished was tough to accept, especially with no specific reason. In Make Your Bed, William McRaven shares a story about Moki Martin, a SEAL instructor from his training days. Martin enjoyed long bike rides, but one day, he accidentally collided with another biker and was paralyzed from the waist down. Afterward, he did not complain and let his disability stop him. He drove on to live a full life. It is easy to blame your lot in life on some outside force, to stop trying because you believe fate is against you. Sometimes, life's not fair, and you will be a sugar cookie despite how much work you have done. Define yourself by how you overcome life's unfairness. Do not complain or blame someone and move forward. Chapter 5. Failure can make you stronger. If you want to change the world, don't be afraid of the circus. One day during SEAL training, McRaven and his swim buddy finished last in a swim. Their punishment was enduring the circus, which is an additional 2 hours of exercise that day. A circus would cause more fatigue, making the next day harder with more circuses likely to follow. Reoccurring circuses forced many trainees to quit. However, McRaven and his buddy became much better swimmers and placed first in their final swim. In July of 1983, William McRaven got fired from his squadron, leaving with a tarnished reputation. Fortunately, he was given another opportunity as the officer in charge of a SEAL platoon. McRaven used his previous failure as fuel to work hard and earn the respect of his men, which led him to succeed in the successive roles in his SEAL career. In life, you will have failures and face circuses. You will have to deal with the consequences, but you can overcome the failures. Your failures can educate, motivate, and strengthen you to be able to handle the difficult decisions to come. Chapter 6. You must dare greatly. If you want to change the world, slide down the obstacle head first. During SEAL training, the students had to run the obstacle course twice a week, with the most challenging obstacle being the slide for life. This step rope slide could be done either controllably slow by swinging underneath the rope or riskily fast by going headfirst on top. One day, William McRaven took the risk and went headfirst, finishing with a personal best time. In Make Your Bed, William McRaven realized that risks were necessary to be a successful special operator. In 2004, William McRaven approved a risky hostage rescue mission that occurred during the day. The Special Forces team rescued the hostages, and the mission resulted in success. Life will be difficult, and if you take risks, you may fail and deal with obstacles. You have to trust your abilities and overcome your fears to complete your work. Without daring greatly and getting out of your comfort zone, you will never achieve your full potential. Chapter 7. Stand up to the bullies. If you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. In SEAL training, students have to complete a 4-mile night swim with the threat of many species of sharks. The instructors brief the trainees to deal with sharks by standing their ground and fighting them off if they try to attack. Since he wanted to be a SEAL so severely, William McRaven recalls that he gathered the courage to fight if necessary. In Make Your Bed, William McRaven recounts his interactions with Saddam Hussein, the former Iraqi president that was now a U.S. prisoner. Even as a prisoner, Hussein would instill fear in and intimidate Iraqis that came to the room. However, McRaven felt that he had to stand up to Saddam and show him that he did not have power anymore. Without clarity, other people will dictate your choices and path forward. Without courage, the bullies will take over and prey on the victims. Thus, you need to have a clear vision or goal for what you want to accomplish. Your vision will give you the courage to overcome the obstacles and stand up to the people in your way. Chapter 8. Rise to the occasion. If you want to change the world, be your very best in the darkest moments. Towards the end of SEAL training, students have to swim underwater to a ship, plant a practice mine, and return to the beach without being detected. William McRaven recalls the instructors seeming as nervous as the trainees, because the dark, deafening sea significantly increased the risk of injury or death. In the darkest hour, the SEALs are trained to remain calm and maintain composure to complete their mission. In Make Your Bed, William McRaven recounts the many sad moments of loss. There is no darker moment in life than losing someone you love, and yet I watched time and again as families, as military units, as towns, as cities, and as a nation, how we came together to be our best during those tragic times. You will have dark moments in life, whether it is the death of a loved one or an intense tragedy. When these moments occur, you need to look deep within yourself and bring out your best. You must rise above your fears, your doubts, and your fatigue. No matter how dark it gets, you must complete the mission. This is what separates you from everyone else. Chapter 9. Give people hope. If you want to change the world, start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. The most challenging week of SEAL training or Hell Week is 6 days of no sleep, physical exercise, and harassment. On Wednesday of Hell Week, trainees spend all day in the freezing cold mudflats, being pressured by the instructors to quit. During McRaven's Hell Week, the class sang together to inspire and give each other hope. Later, he recalls a story of General John Kelly, who comforted and gave hope to the families of the fallen troops in a horrific helicopter firefight. Hope is very powerful as it can inspire people and nations to greatness. In life, you will deal with loss and tragedy, and you can be the one to give hope that tomorrow will be better, to ease the pain, to lift yourself and those around you. Chapter 10. Never, ever quit. If you want to change the world, don't ever, ever ring the bell. SEAL training ends when you either complete it or quit by ringing the bell in the middle of the training compound. If you cannot endure the pain, harassment, and exercise, you can ring the bell, and it's over. However, William McRaven never rang the bell and graduated. In Make Your Bed, he states that this lesson of never quitting was the most important. Throughout his career, William McRaven would be inspired by individuals who would not give up. One story involves a severely injured soldier from a bomb blast who did not complain and eventually overcame the injuries. You will have difficult moments in life, however, do not give up. You can choose to fall prey to pity, discrimination, or sorrow, or you can never give up on your dreams and yourself and overcome the obstacles. Remember, start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when times are toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never, ever give up. If you do these things, then you can change your life for the better, and maybe the world. So here we come to the end of this book summary. Thank you for listening to The Bookstore. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. Later.